Today I'm going to show you all of the famous movies that inspired some of the most iconic moments throughout the Grand Theft Auto games. Minor turbulence in GTA 5 is heavily inspired by the 1994 movie Terminal Velocity, and during this mission Trevor heads to the desert airfield to obtain a crop duster, where he then pursues a military aircraft that belongs to Merryweather holding some weapons and cargo. Now later on in the mission, you're then instructed to fly your crop duster directly into the rear cargo hold of the aircraft. And the initial plans are to hijack the aircraft completely and land it at Sandy Shores airfield so Trevor can then sell the goods. And just like in the game, the character in the movie enters the aircraft in a very similar fashion through the rear cargo entrance. Also in the movie, the character decides to exit the aircraft by driving a vehicle out of it while equipped with a parachute, just like Trevor is able to do in the mission by stealing the Mesa and driving out as well. This isn't the only mission in GTA 5 inspired by movies. Blitz Play is directly inspired by the 1985 bank robbery classic called Heat. In this mission in GTA 5, we're instructed to get into a tow truck and ram the side of an armoured van. Once doing this, the van topples over onto its side and allows Franklin to plant an explosive device on the rear doors so that the characters can steal the valuable goods inside. Very similar, if not completely inspired by the movie, where the characters use a heavy haulage truck of some sort to ram the side of an armoured vehicle, and even the camera angles are very similar to that of GTA 5. The movie is about bank robbers in Los Angeles, so it goes to no surprise to know that Rockstar Games was heavily inspired by this. Another mission inspired by the movies in GTA 5 is the jewelry store heist, inspired by Beverly Hills Cop 2. Where during the beginning of the movie, similar to the game, the robbers come into a jewelry store located in Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, which is the real-life inspiration for the location Richmond Hills, where the jewelry store is located and robbed in Grand Theft Auto 5. The robbers smash the cases and steal the jewelry, loading as much as they can into their bags before making a swift escape. Just like in GTA 5, however, Rockstar Games for the remainder of the mission used their own unique creative process like many of the inspirations here. Not all of these movies are one-to-one copies because Rockstar Games simply uses them for inspiration. It's also been suggested by many people in the community that this may have been done intentionally by Michael, as we know Michael is a huge film buff in the game, and he's likely seen movies similar to this in the universe of Grand Theft Auto. We'll come back to GTA 5 in a few moments, but I want to touch on Grand Theft Auto 4. Did you know that Nico from GTA 4 was inspired by Sasha Ivanek from the film Behind Enemy Lines? It's literally the same character, just with a different name. The character in Behind the Enemy Lines was actually used by Rockstar as inspiration and reference for Nico's character creation. Now, the actor from this movie is very aware of Rockstar Games' portrayal that's very similar to him in GTA 4, and he went on to comment on the matter. During an interview, he actually claimed he was asked by Rockstar Games if he wanted to voice Nico himself, but he actually declined the offer. The actor wasn't into games at the time, so he wasn't aware of just how big Grand Theft Auto is. There's also a mission in GTA 4 titled Puerto Rican Connection, where Nico is instructed to pursue a target to assassinate who happens to be riding passenger on a train. You follow the train from below, looking up as you cut and tear through Liberty City, and this is directly influenced by the movie The French Connection, where not only the name of the movie is directly inspired, but also the events of the movie too, where the character also chases a train overhead while he swerves throughout traffic in New York City, just like in the game. There's a mission in GTA Vice City called Publicity Tour, and this is directly inspired by a Keanu Reeves movie called Speed. The film stars Keanu Reeves, and its story revolves around a bus that is rigged with a bomb to explode if the vehicle speed falls below 50 miles per hour. In GTA Vice City, however, this bus is replaced with the Love Fist touring red limousine, which has been rigged with a bomb by a crazed fan who wants to kill the band. And as a result, Tommy must drive the limousine around Vice City, maintaining a constant speed without crashing or slowing down to avoid the explosion, while the band members in the back scramble to defuse it and cut the wires. Scarface was a huge influence when it came to GTA Vice City. Nearly the whole of Tommy Vercetti's mansion in the game is directly inspired by Scarface. You can see the colour palette, the theme, and even some of the wallpapers are exactly the same. But the biggest nod to Scarface is the final mission in GTA Vice City itself. In the mission Keep Your Friends Close, this follows very closely to the ending of Scarface, where Tony Montana defends his very similar mansion from the enemies. He places himself upon a balcony and shoots at endless waves of enemies as they come rushing in trying to kill him. Exactly the same as how Tommy Vercetti stands at the top of his staircase, which is slightly different in design, but definitely directly inspired. The only difference with this and the movie is of course the way that it ends. There's also a bathroom you can find in Vice City covered in blood, and you can find a chainsaw that spawns here as well as some drugs on a chair. And this again is directly inspired by a scene in Scarface where they head to a hotel room on Ocean Beach and they go do a drug deal, and it goes very badly wrong where one of the friends of Tony Montana is murdered in the bathroom with a chainsaw. So this is a direct influence from that movie. Did you know that the mission Just Business in GTA San Andreas was directly inspired by two separate movies? One movie is To Live and Die in LA, where as you can see the game took heavy inspiration from this movie for the chase scene that happens down in the Los Angeles Canal. But also there's this point in the game where a truck smashes through a barrier and lands in the canal and continues to pursue Big Smoke and CJ, which is directly taken from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, where the truck does the exact same thing, while the characters again drive through the canal on a dirt bike, exactly the same as Big Smoke and CJ are doing in GTA San Andreas. The GTA 5 mission friend request, where Lester has us plant a mobile phone explosive in the Life Invader prototype to kill Jay Norris, is actually inspired by the movie Law Abiding Citizen. Now while the plotline and story of this movie is completely different to that of GTA 5's, during the movie a man is seeking justice for his wife and plants a bomb in the cell phone of the judge, killing her in a very similar way to that of Jay Norris in GTA 5.
Hello? Hello?
And the idea was probably directly lifted, if not copied, from this movie. Another mission in GTA 5 is where Michael pulls down the luxury condo in Marriage Counseling. This is inspired by the 1989 movie Lethal Weapon 2, after the main character in the movie arrives at the house in a truck similar to that of GTA 5 and rigs up a cable to the structural stilts of a condo just like Michael did. What's really cool is how in the movie, just like in the game, after small parts of the house are broken apart, the whole thing does eventually come crashing down. Everything down to the style of truck is pretty much identical, and it's really cool because Rockstar Games, although they changed the plot line of how this mission occurs and the reason for it happening, it's really cool to see how they actually use these references and inspirations to craft some of the missions that we love in GTA 5. But I do have something to say to you guys. If you've made it this far into today's video, you might enjoy some of the other Grand Theft Auto videos I've uploaded onto this channel. I've uploaded plenty so far and I plan on uploading more in the future. So if you've enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe down below and let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for future videos.